So today I had the chance to see the new film, sci-fi film, called Arrival, and this is made by director Denis Villeneuve, I think is how you say it. I actually haven't seen any of his movies before because his other movies have been pretty violent, and so this is my first experience with him. And I, went into this film with huge expectations, and it's gotten a lot of 5-star reviews, the best of the year kind of a thing. And, so I try to temper those expectations and just judge the film on itself. And really, I decided not to really do a review of this movie because I feel like this is the kind of film I need to see 3-4 times before I really have sort of a solid opinion of what I feel. But I can give you some sort of initial thoughts. So these are just sort of my gut responses. This is going to be spoiler free, just to try to give you some idea of whether it's worth your time to see the movie or not. It's interesting, going into it, I heard a lot of comparisons to a lot of other movies, to 2001, to Close Encounters of the Third Kind, to Contact, to Signs, to many, many other movies. Well, I guess I can see where some of those comparisons are coming from, but the movie that I kept thinking of the whole time I was seeing it was actually a movie from this year called Midnight Special. And you can find my review of Midnight Special if you look. I'll put a link in the description section. Well, I really, really liked Midnight Special. It's like, I think, number 15 on my best of the year so far. And I think that both films have some similarities, and I think that both films have some strengths. So I'll kind of talk about it and explain, my sort of feeling. So both films are about kind of ordinary people coming in contact with sort of the extraterrestrial. Films are kind of a slow burn. They're both ones that you kind of have to be sort of patient as the characters sort of figure out how to deal with this new force and this new energy. In Arrival, you have the Amy Adams character that is called in when she's a linguistics expert, and she's called in to help with this pod that has landed, and there's actually 12 of them that all over the world, and she is supposed to come and communicate with these aliens that are in this pod. Turns out these aliens communicate in a really unique way, and so it takes a while to kind of understand their language and how they communicate. Jeremy Renner is there as a physicist, I believe, so as a scientist to kind of try to kind of understand them. And so it's just sort of this slow, sort of methodical exploration into language and sort of the way that we communicate and what different words like weapon and love and different things like that mean. And so it's really, really good in that regard. And whereas Midnight Special, it's a little bit different. Midnight Special drops you right in the middle of the action. You don't know kind of where things have started, how things have become the way that they are. You just know that there are these two people that have this boy with these sort of magical powers. And so you're trying to figure out why he has these and what's going on. And in Midnight Special, you have all of these different perspectives about this boy, and they all believe in him kind of differently. And there's the cult that kind of has created holidays for him and created an entire sort of religion for him. But then there's also his parents, there's other people, the FBI. And so one of the things I think that's better about Midnight Special than Arrival is that Arrival is pretty much just about Amy Adams' character's journey in learning about communication and language. Whereas in Midnight Special, you get all of these different perspectives on belief. Both films, they're also both about family and how the love for our family is sort of the key to humanity. And if you can find that in sort of aliens, that's the key. To creating peace and understanding. And in Arrival, you get that through some things that happen, and also through the different relationships that these different pods and their cultures have, trying to understand the languages in the different ways. And that's sort of a big key, is that can they learn to sort of love the people, the aliens, instead of being afraid of the aliens. Arrival is beautiful. It's awe-inspiring. It's very peaceful and calming, and is the kind of movie that you really leave thinking about and thinking you've seen something real profound. And it's one that you want to see multiple times so you can really digest it and understand what it is they're trying to say. And I think that's a really good thing. I think that's really smart. I think that's probably more so in Arrival than Midnight Special. I think Midnight Special is a little bit more obvious, especially in the ending. I think that Arrival can be a little bit too leisurely in its pacing sometimes, especially in the beginning. And like I said, I just wish that they had shown a little bit more of these different perspectives. Instead of, a lot of times it was Amy Adams' character explaining the other people's perspective instead of showing those people going through their different experience. Like the main other sort of contrasting experience that you saw is this boss of hers who was just kind of a sort of a generic pill. And just sort of stopping her at every edge. And so, I don't know, I just wish that we'd gotten some more of those sort of different perspectives like we got in Midnight Special. But Amy Adams is great. There's just great heart there. You really feel for her, you feel for her character. And so, it's definitely a wonderful film. It's definitely a film that I know will grow on me the more I see it. It's definitely one I recommend that you go out and see if you can, because it is so beautiful. The design of the spaceship is so creative. The performances are so good, particularly Amy Adams. Jeremy Renner is good. Forrest Whitaker's not in the movie that much. And yeah, everybody else, all the extras and everything else are good. And so, yeah, I enjoyed it, and it went some places I wasn't expecting it to go. I don't know what grade to give Arrival. I can't decide. I just have to wait until I see it more. So I'm not going to give a grade. That's just some of my initial thoughts coming out of it. So let me know what you think without spoiling for the people who haven't seen it. What do you think if you've seen it? So anyway, I'm curious to know. Thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!